guys, in today's video I'm gonna do a get ready with me, and I'm really excited because I'm thinking this is all gonna be drugstore products, which has been a really long time since I've done a full drugstore makeup look. I'm applying a little bit of my Vaseline onto my lips. My lips are really dry right now, and yesterday I was rubbing them because I do that to remove the dry skin, and I totally took a chunk off. It was way drier than what I expected. Okay, so let's get into all of these little goodies here. I've ignored a lot of my face products from the drugstore because I've been focusing, well, for a number of reasons, because I've been, number one, I've been focusing a lot on my year-long project, and number two, in the last couple of years I failed at doing a shop my stash every couple of weeks, and that usually allows me to help rotate. And because I haven't been doing that, some of these products have been sitting in my drawers for quite a bit untouched, and some of them I bought new and just never used them. They just sat in my drawers, which is really sad. I just sprayed the SW Basics Rose Water, a hydrating mist. This only has organic rose water, and it doesn't smell like a fake floral scent. It has more of an earthy scent, I would say. For primer, I'm going to use the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Glotion. So this guy I'm going to put on as a base. I have the shade Deep, what is this called? Deep Glow. And I'm putting this one on, although it looks a little dark, because the foundation that I'm going in with is just a little bit light. So this will help balance that out a little bit. And if I need to mix some of this into my foundation, I'll go ahead and do that. I know I look a little crazy right now, but it'll all work out in the end. It always does. Or not always, sometimes. For my T-zone, I'm going to use the Poreless Putty Primer. This guy I got because I think it was getting compared to the Tatcha pore reducing one. I don't know why I just let it sit. Well, I do know because I was using up the primer in my year-long project, but I don't know how it performs, so we're going to see right now. And this guy, I'm just going to concentrate it mainly in the T-zone area, and I'm just gonna tap it right in. Is that a pelo? I think it does a good job at smoothing everything out. It doesn't completely blur out my pores, but it does blur them out a little bit. For foundation, I'm going to go in with the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation with SPF 20. This has a brightening complex, and it's for all skin types. I have the shade DW2. I don't like the fact that it comes with a doe foot, so I do put it to the back of my skin, and it takes me a couple times to get exactly what I need. But I prefer doing that than applying it directly onto my skin because I don't want to contaminate this. Although I am the only person that is using it, I just break out way too easily, and I don't need anything helping me out with that. I may have to go in with a little bit more. I think I will, because this has more of a I want to say light to medium coverage, so I'm gonna need a little bit more on my cheek area, but it looks so freaking pretty. It looks like skin, and it looks really glowy, very healthy, exactly what it claims. Just grabbing a little bit more for the cheek area. You can see that it's a little bit lighter, but the undertone is pretty good. And I know it sounds like I'm smacking myself in the face. What is the sound of the sponge? It just always sounds like that. I'm not being aggressive, I promise. And I think that looks really pretty. It is a little bit lighter, but I'm going to deepen the outer part of my face with this foundation, which is a FitMe foundation from Maybelline in Coconut. This is in my year-long project, and I'm just going to pick it up with a brush and apply it right in these areas here. I usually tend to break out from cream bronzers, so I like the fact that this one doesn't irritate me because it's a foundation. Just drag it in to the hairline and a little bit on the sides of my nose. I'm not being too precise here. And whatever's left over, I'm just gonna add it to this area here. For concealer, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear. I have the shade 410, which is in Almond, and just a little bit. Oh, I should have put my primer. Let me do that too, actually. And I'll let it settle a little bit while I'm blending out the rest of my face here. Just because I'm going to add a little bit of the concealer to the eyelid. And I'm using the Milani shadow primer, by the way. I love this. This is a freshly opened tube. I finished the Milani primer last year, and this guy just had in reserves. It came with one of the Obsessions what is it called, the Obsessions palette or whatever. So I was really happy about that because I love this primer so much. I'm just gonna add a little bit of the concealer on my lids. Just a little bit of it. I only add a little bit because it's kind of heavy. And if you're looking for full coverage, I think it's great. But it can be a little bit heavy, so I add the smallest amount at a time. If I need more, I can always add more, but I start off very slowly. I love how the complexion is looking. For a liquid highlight, I think I'm going to use a little bit of my NYX Liquid Illuminator. This is in Gleam. And I'm just going to apply that right on the cheekbones. For a very minimal day, this is great because it adds a very subtle glow to the skin. I think it looks really beautiful. Do you see that? It just really nice glow. The only two brow products that I have are from NYX, and I think one of them I'm almost out of, or just about out, because I don't think I can click it up anymore. These are the NYX Micro Pencils. I have the shade Chocolate and Ash Brown, and I have these two because I pulled them out from my kit. I was finding these to feel a little bit dry, so I replaced them, and I replaced them with the MAC pencil, their little micro pencil as well. And I like that one a lot more because I feel like these I have to put a little bit more pressure, to where with the micro pencil from MAC I don't have to put as much pressure, and I can just lightly feather it into the brows and it deposits the color. I can't even click this up anymore, so whatever I'm using right now is the last of it. I think it's Dunzo's. So that's a finished product right there this year, although it wasn't in my year-long project, but yay for finished products. I think next year I'm going to try to focus on a Shop My Stash kind of series, because when I pulled out some of the stuff that I'm going to use today, I remember loving them so much. And like there's a blush from NYX. I may not use that one today just because I want to use another one. Or a bronzer from e.l.f. that I loved so much, and I finished in prior years also. I don't know how I'm loving the color of this. I've been using the MAC one in Spiked, and I love that one so much. I don't think it looks terrible. I feel like it looks a little bit warm. Warmer than what I prefer. And I like running my finger right at the edge there just to kind of blur the line there a little bit. I'm going to use a little bit of the foundation just to clean up this area just a little bit. And I prefer using a foundation more so than a concealer because it has the same consistency as the rest of the face and it's the same color. I'm really not loving these brows, but we're just gonna make them work today. The battery's gonna die. Fantastic. Before my battery dies, to set the brows, I'm gonna use the NYX Control Freak, another product that I pulled out from my kit that I'm gonna replace. So I need to finish it myself. For the shadows, I'm going to use these two WetnWild little palettes. I bought these when they repackaged these guys. This guy I used, I think, once. This guy, I think I swatched or something like that. So I have the Comfort Zone palette and the basic, no, not a basic peach palette. I think I'm going to dip into this one a little bit more, and I may use their little duochrome shadow in the Comfort Zone. When I used it previously, I felt like the formulation felt a little bit different from the original. I have the original right here. I don't know, I felt like a little bit more crumbly when I applied it dry. It wasn't quite as smooth as I remember it, but maybe it's been so long, I could be wrong. I'm not sure if they changed the formula, but maybe I'll use that one today. I'm not really sure. This palette looks really beautiful. I think I'm just going to use these two in conjunction. I'm first though going to dip into the Comfort Zone palette, and I'm going to grab the shade that's labeled Transition with a large fluffy brush. I think this guy I got, I want to say at Walmart, but I can't remember because it doesn't have a name on it. But I do like the fact that it's a dual-ended brush. These kind of brushes I tend to keep in a little drawer separately, just because I don't like to put them into the little jar that I have all my brushes in. And I didn't set my primer, by the way, or my concealer, better yet. And I'm just going to apply that all over the crease and above the crease. I'm thinking I want to do a little bit of a grungy look. I'm kind of in the mood. I haven't done a dramatic look in a hot minute. I get more excited right now during the fall time when it comes to makeup looks, because in the summer it's so hot here. It's so hot here that I don't want to bother with anything. That shows up so nicely and it blends out really nicely. I like that. I thought I hit record, I didn't. Good thing I hadn't done anything. I'm then gonna dip into the Not So Basic Peach palette, and I'm gonna go in with this shadow right here, and I'm using this MODA Brush Pro BMX 430 Crease. This is a taper brush. A lot less fluffy than the previous brush that I used. Can you see that? And I think these are made by Royal and Langnickel. It's either them or Crown Brush. I want to say it's Royal and Langnickel though. And I'm just gonna start off with that color a little bit lower than the previous one and put it right in the socket here. Such a pretty shadow too. I don't know why I let this palette sit. It's so beautiful. Just gonna grab my previous brush and blend out here at the outer part. I really like how my complexion looks right now. I adore complexion products so much. I will take a good complexion product above any shadow any day. If this is the darkest shade in the Physicians Formula foundation, they really should expand it, because this is really beautiful, and if anything I can go a little bit deeper, you know. I had bought this cream shadow from NYX. It's called the Vivid Cream Color. It says cream color, and it didn't say eyeliner on the outer packaging, and I could be wrong, but I don't think I saw it anywhere in the display. And it's called Bad Blood, and it's this super dark crimson red color. Oh my god, so beautiful. But then I tried to apply it on my eyes. Nope, that stuff wasn't going anywhere. It's terrible. Where's my little cleaning spray? Can you focus on me, please? Thank you. It's so freaking dry, so I think it's mainly meant to be an eyeliner, because I looked up reviews afterwards. But on the packaging it just says cream color, so I'm assuming you can not only use it as a cream shadow, or better yet, you can use it as an eyeliner, but then you can also use it as a cream shadow. I don't know. It just wasn't working out for me. I'm gonna go in with this shadow right here and drag that right under the lower lash. I may take this a little low. I'm gonna connect it here at the top as well. I'm really happy that they added the 2 cream shadows on the outer part, because I feel like it was the one thing that it was missing. Although, I mean, these are very inexpensive, so we can't complain too much, you know? And the formula is really good from what I remember. So I'm happy that these 2 matte shadows are really nice. I'm gonna grab this little duo guy from Real Techniques and just grab this lighter color here and just run it right below that. We're gonna go low today. Like somebody punched us in the face, but that's okay. The only reason why I'm not using the shadow that I used with it initially is because that one's a little bit too large. And I want to come low, but I don't want to come that low. I'm going to use the glitter primer from NYX for the lid area, because I think I'm going to use that duochrome shadow. I'm just going to add a little bit of this. And bring it right in here and up into right before the crease there. And then I'm gonna grab this guy right here, which is their little duochrome kind of blue brown shadow. I'm gonna try to apply it dry first, just because I do have that glitter glow. I think it'll apply better. Yeah. When I've applied this guy by itself with just a regular primer, let's say I've powdered it or even not powdered my lid, it applies kind of broken up, like it doesn't really apply the best. It looks like it's broken up on the lid basically. And I'm just grabbing this blending brush to bring it into the crease here so it doesn't apply quite as harsh. Oh, it's so pretty. I forgot how pretty this was. Of course it's giving me fallout, but that's okay. I should have powdered my under eyes, but I forgot. This is a brush I got in the at Michael's, I think it was, in their art supply section. I like it because it's slim and it comes to a very very slim edge. It's so nice. And I've had it forever. Or at least it feels like it's been forever. That looks so pretty. I flipped my brush around the other way just to diffuse the outer part here. And then I'm going to pick it up with my finger and apply it even more in my center here of the lid. I'm going to grab the little tapered brush that I use for my lower lash yet again, and I'm actually going to dip into this dark matte brown shadow, and I'm just going to drag a little bit of that right on the edge. I'm trying to, or I've been trying to get my daughter into skincare products, and it's such a struggle getting a teenager to get into a skincare routine because she forgets. Everything is just forgetting basically. It's not a priority, you know. I'm gonna grab a little bit more of this guy and do it right at that edge once again. And then the initial shadow, this guy. These are pretty powdery, by the way, but I don't usually have an issue with that. As long as they perform really well, I can adjust, you know. Can't be too picky. I'm actually gonna go in with a little bit more of my concealer just to kind of clean up a little bit here. Let's put that there. I removed a little bit of that just because I had a little bit of the pigment. I'm just gonna clean that right up. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of my rose water and just go right here. For the waterline, I have two Rimmel pencils, a black and a brown. This is pretty much all I feel like I ever need to carry because I don't use colored pencils on a regular. And for the most part, I tend to stick with a lot of brown most of the times. And if I want it to be super dramatic, then I'll go in for the black. So this is the, let's see, the Scandalize, I want to say it's called. No, this is the Exaggerated Waterproof Eyeliner from Rimmel in Rich Brown. The other one that I have is the Scandalize. That's the black one. And I have their chubby pencils, a couple of them, Trespassing Taupe and Bronze. I brought them out too because I didn't know if I wanted to use them. And I love those. I love them as cream shadows. I love them as eyeliners. I think they just work really, really well. So I'm just going to go in with the brown one, because that's what I normally tend to use most of the times. I do have some colored ones, but I don't ever find the need to use them, to be honest. And I am gonna bring it down a little bit, right on the lashes. And then I'm gonna use this little brush from Eco Tools. I think that has a little bit of shadow on it. And gonna smudge it right down. I love the Scandalize formula. I think it's great. And I'm also going to apply it to the upper lash here. Sorry that I keep putting my mirror in my face, but I'm having trouble seeing. I feel like my eyesight is getting worse. I really need to update my prescription. It's terrible right now. I feel like one eye looks darker than the other, so let's go back here. And then a little bit more. I love how smoky this looks. I love smoky, grungy looks a lot. I don't need them to look very clean. That's my favorite part about them. They're just so pretty. ¿Dónde puse la tapadera? Oh, I don't want to lose it. Here it is. And to set that, I'm going to use the dark brown shadow that we used earlier, this matte one right here, right on the lower. Okay, I'm going to clean off my little Equal Tools brush here, and I'm going to pick up this shadow once again and go right under that brown. I'm going to grab another brush just to help blend that out, because I find that with that Equal Tools one, it's kind of dense, so it doesn't really apply and blend. It just applies and it creates a little bit of a harsh line. But I do like it for smudging. I think I'm going to add a little bit more liner up here, just to balance out a little bit, because our bottom is a little heavy. I think this video is going to be really long. To set the under eyes, I'm going to use the Stay Matte from Rimmel. It's been so long since I've used this guy. And I used to use it not only all over the face, but also under the eye area. But only a little bit, because this is matte and my aging under eyes don't like too many matte things. And for the rest of the face, I'm going to use the FitMe powder. I have the shade Medium Deep in 30. This one's really good for me. The only thing I don't like is that it does get a little bit messy, but it's very good. I like this powder a lot. For bronzer, I'm going to pull an old favorite. Wow, I love this bronzer. I finished it in prior years also. This is from e.l.f. and it's just labeled cool. I love everything about it. Is this my good e.l.f. brush? Yeah, it is. I bought a new e.l.f. brush. What is it called? Their complexion brush. And the ferrule's already loose. I've had this one forever. I mean, years and years and years. I love the cut of this. I like the shape of it. I love the ferrule's never loosened up on me. It's just really good quality. And I love this brush for bronzer. I mentioned it so many times. I think you guys are sick of me. And so I had bought one previously and the cut was just not the same, so I got rid of it. So I got another one in hopes, years later by the way, in hopes that it would be the same. And this one, the cut's pretty similar, just kind of I feel like this one's more flat than this one's more fluffy. You see that? Just a little bit. It makes such a difference though. And the ferrule's already loose, and I can tell you I have washed this one maybe a few times, 3 times literally, and this one has gone through numerous washes and it's never, and I'm always careful. I try not to get water in the ferrule and all of that stuff. Anyways, I'm picking up a little bit of my e.l.f. bronzer here and just keeping it right in this area, and then lightly diffusing it to the cheeks. I love this brush so much. When it gives out on me, I'm gonna be heartbroken, because they just don't make them all the same. I feel like the cuts are just different. Just picking up a little bit more and lightly dusting it to the forehead, sides of the nose, and a little chin action here. For highlight, I am kind of torn. This used to be an old favorite. This is the Tantastic from, I think it's Milani. Yeah, I used to adore this guy. But then I also have this WetnWild highlighter, and this one is in Precious Petals. I think I've used it a couple times. I think I've used this guy and I didn't like it as much. I felt like it looked like it was a little bit broken up on the skin, but I cannot remember exactly because it's been forever. So I'm going to use the Tantastic one. And this one is powdery, and it also it looks a little bit broken up on the skin, but I feel like maybe it's the same. I don't know. It's been so long. I shouldn't even say anything. But I just remember loving this so much. Look at how pretty that is. Oh. But now seeing it, it does look a little broken up. It still looks really pretty though, but highlighters have come a long way since then. This is a very old product. And then for a blush, I think I'm going to use 2 blushes. I have the NYX Mocha, which is an old favorite, and Berry Amore from Milani, which I adore as well. But I think I have one in a palette that's more used than this guy. I have 2 of these because I love it so much. Right there, so I'm gonna use that guy. That's NYX Mocha, by the way. Just a little bit of color. It's just such a great daily blush. So pretty. This used to be a staple. I look extremely glowy. Oh my god, I think I overdid it. I mean, it looks pretty right now, but give it a couple hours. And a little bit other than the nose, because did your mom do that too? My mom used to do that all the time. So I just do it now just because she used to do it. And then I'm going to apply a little bit of Amore. I think this one though I'm going to keep to the back a little bit more. I'm almost done with this Tony Moly Water Soothing Mist. I didn't like this guy. It didn't really do anything for me. But we'll use it right now just to take the powdery look away. And we gotta finish it off. It's okay. I shouldn't say that it's not good. It's alright. I just don't know if I would buy this again. But we shall see. For the lips, I'm gonna use Willow from WetnWild. Oldie but goodie. And I'm gonna do this before I do my mascara because I'm trying to let the setting mist settle down a little bit. Maybe I should sharpen this. Good idea, Diana. Also, I was telling you guys about my kids' skincare. I get a lot of the CeraVe or what is it called? It's the other brand, Cetaphil. CeraVe or Cetaphil products. Because when I worked at a dermatology office, that's what he used to recommend. Especially younger clients or clients with sensitive skin. He used to recommend that all the dang time. And I find those to be tried and true also because I use the, I think it's the CeraVe Facial Cleanser. So good. Uh-oh, I think I picked up the wrong one. Shit. Wrong lipstick, hold on. It looks so similar to the one I wanted to use. ¿Por qué dejé esta afuera? No sé. And Willow is just a nude lip liner right there. I'm all over the damn place right now. Look at how pretty that is. It's so beautiful, right? And I'm gonna apply Clay Crush from Maybelline. I have been meaning to do a nude lipstick only featuring, well maybe not, but majority will be Maybelline lip products for months. And I have not, I don't know. Because I'm only doing one video a week right now. Because that's all I have time for at this very moment. And so trying to balance things out is just a struggle right now. But I've been wanting to do just an all nudes, oh wow, all nudes lipstick video, and I just haven't had a chance to do that. I've also been wanting to do fall lipsticks for the season, and a lot of them will probably include Maybelline, the creamy matte formula, because they're just really, really good. And some of their other formulas are really good too. I just love this formula because it's matte, but it's very comfortable. Creamy matte, exactly what it says. The only thing that I find with these is that you can't just keep building and building and building, like reapplying throughout the day, because after maybe the third time, or even after the second time, at the second time I feel like it's fine, but when you go in and apply it the third time, it feels a little bit heavier and waxier. So I normally tend to remove it and then apply the product. But look at that. That's a beautiful lipstick. For mascara, two favorites of mine, both from Maybelline. This is the Maybelline Lash Stiletto, which allows or gives me length and separation. And then I have the Lash Sensational, but this is their Luscious one. This one's in the black tube. I do have the one in the pink tube too. Where did it go? This guy. I love this guy as well. I've been using it more for my lower lash, but I think I'm just gonna stick to these two products today. I tried the Lash Stiletto with the pink tube one, and it just, for some reason, it just didn't do the same. I don't know. I like the black tube more combined with this one. But the other mascara is also a staple. I just love them. They don't transfer on me, especially the Lash Sensational ones for my lower lash, because I struggle with that. Usually mascaras transfer on me, but those don't. The issue that I have with this Lash Sensational is that the brush is rubberized, and this one seems not longer, but because the other one's curved, this one is longer because it's straight. And usually I tend to poke my eye with these guys. I mean, let's be real, I poke my eyes with every mascara because I'm so clumsy. And I try to really push it up against the base to get a lot of the product right there, so it bulks it up a little bit. I love these. They're just a pain to remove, which, you know, means they're doing their job. Let me give you guys a close-up before I do the other eye. Can you see that? Look at that. So good. I grabbed a little bit of my Layrite to add a little bit of something to my hair. It's looking a little nuts. I should have straightened the ends here, but whatever. It's okay. I want it to look messy but put together at the same time, if that makes sense. I need to cut it. My hair grows so fast, so it looks crazy very quickly. Before I finish, let me grab a little Brow Bone highlight. I may do this guy because I think that's a matte one. Yeah, it's a little bit on the peachy side too. It's a little powdery, so let me grab a very small brush. Let's see. And do a matte one because we got a lot going on the lid right now. And I think I'm gonna add it in the inner corner as well. That adds a very nice kind of glow to the inner corner without being shimmery. I like this color. I turned on my kettle because I need to put water into my beans. You'd be surprised how many times I burn my beans. All the damn time. And I think I'm actually gonna grab maybe this guy too. This little pink one, which seems like a satin. Just, I keep wanting to look into this, but it doesn't have a mirror. Right in here. Actually, I want a little bit something more. That one was really pretty, but I want something more. And this one's satin, so it's not a shimmer. Okay, that's everything. What do you guys think? I love it. I think it's great. It's coming off a little washed out in this area, but in person it doesn't look that way. Let's see, maybe a little bit closer so you guys can see better. I have the window open right in front of me, so that may mess up with how the colors look. I knew I was gonna do something dramatic, a little bit grungy, a little bit messy, a little bit everything, just because that's what I really wanted for today. And